How are we doing, everyone? Hope you're well, and thank you for joining me for my final session at the Syndicate. This is the last roll of the dice for me. If I'm going to catch one more fish from the complex before my ticket runs out, it's going to be on this session. So let me spin you around, show you where I am, why I've gone where I've gone, and let's see how the session goes. I bet some of you lot thought, Tench Lake, he's on the point. No, I'm on the main lake and I'm in the car park swim. The reason I'm not on the Tench Lake is because it looks lifeless. I've walked around it. I've stood there for a good half an hour this morning. I've got it at first light. I've had a good walk around. It looks absolutely lifeless. I've come on the main lake, looking at it. I'm thinking, okay, there's nobody here. I'm just going to point out we've got this real mould spell coming in. I've just come off Cromwell 3 days ago. I actually come home from the session early, as you may or may not have seen, because it was that cold and ridiculous. There was no way of getting a fish out there. It wasn't going to happen. Whereas here, do you know what? There's every chance of a bite on this session. Every chance. I've put myself in this swim for a multiple amount of reasons. Okay, one is it's a bloody flyer of a swim. You know, especially with this conditions, the mildness. I'm going to show you. I've got the water gauge in. Let's have a look at the water gauge. Any of you anglers know, 10.2, that's game on. 100% that's game on. You know, there's been nobody here from what I can see. There's one person over on the long lake, which... fair play, you know. That's maybe they've just got a long lake ticket only, because you can get a ticket just for that lake here. Maybe they've got that and that's why they're not on this lake. But it's Saturday. I expected this swim to be gone. I expected the swim over there called Steps to be gone. Maybe the swim next to it called Logs to be gone. And the swim called 36s, which is down there, to be gone, because this zone of the lake is going to be a hot zone. In the next 48 hours, I've got 24 for definite. I'm hoping I've got 48. This will be a hot area to be in, and the fish will definitely be here. The water's warm enough, the conditions are all good, the pressure's right. You'll see I've got a bucket, I've got a spod rod out, marker float out. We're gonna bait some spots, we're gonna put some rods on it, and we're gonna go for it and just see what happens. Last roll of the dice. I can show you the rod setup. It's all the same while I'm doing this clip. It's 18 pound KORDA contour fluorocarbon, and I'm fishing it naked, no tubing. And what these are bank tackle, and they are the heaviest tungsten sinkers they do, and they are proper heavy. Okay, so I'm fishing straight through, just down to a normal KORDA lead clip, size 8 quick change swivel, and yeah, the old 3-ounce flat swivel pairs back out, and that's going to be fished on all 3 rods the same. Bait, let's have a look at the bait, so I can show you that as well. I'm not going in heavy. What I've got here is a very, very light and colourful mix. So all it is sweet corn and flaked maize, and that's been soaked in trick nut primer. Did I put something else in there? Oh, a bit of plum goo as well. So that's what we've got in there. But that is the mix going out. I'm going to divide that bucket. There's roughly 2 kilos, roughly. It might be slightly less, but I'm dividing that as much as I can between 3, and I'm going to bait 3 different spots, put a rod on each, slacken them off. That's it. Simple fishing. So I'm going to get some rigs sorted out, get some spots sorted out, get all my wraps sorted on my rods and that, and then I'll bring you back, show you the rigs, we'll show you a bit of bait going in, we'll get some rods out, and we'll get the bloody kettle on. So come on, last chance, let's do it. That's the baiting up taken care of, and I've got to be honest, it's looking absolutely bang on out there. You know, there's such a good chance of a bite in this session. It's going to be one of those that I'll leave here sort of disappointed if something doesn't happen. You know, there's nobody around me, there's no angler on here, I'm the only person on here. I'm exactly where I'd want to be. You know, it's the conditions are perfect considering what we've come out of. Like I mentioned, I actually packed up and finished the session early 3 days ago. I come back from another lake 3 days ago because it was ridiculous. It's absolutely amazing now. You know, you couldn't believe the difference. As a southwesterly blowing into that bank, it is going to get up to 30, 35 mile an hour later. Great. We're going to be sort of on the edge, stroke back of it. The water temperature's going up. I'll just show you what it was when I got here and what it is now. So when I got here, it read 9.7. It's now gone up to 12.2. I've got the lead hanging over a branch in here, so it's resting sort of mid-water, so it's not touching the lake bed or nothing, because that was a mistake I made. I know it's a lot shallower here than where I'm fishing, but it's still telling me what's happening. It's still gone up by that amount in the edge. So the middle probably won't have gone up as much, but it will have gone up some. Those fish I'm imagining are going to be mid-layers. So I'm hoping the spots I've chosen, they don't have to go down far. You know, if they're mid-layers, they've got to drop 4 or 5 feet, if that, to get down on the bait. Let's go through the bait, because this will surprise you. I'm done. Baiting up's done. I've not started. I've finished. That's it. Got all that's left. I've decided my bad habit, or one of my bad habits in angling, is I put too much in at times. And this is one of those times where if I load it up on each spot, I could kill it before I begin. I thought, do you know what, I'm not doing it. I'd sooner throw it in the edge for the ducks to eat and get a bite from it than put it all in and the fish take too long to eat it and I don't get a bite in the time I've got left. Because like I say, this is my last chance to get a fish from this complex before my ticket expires. So I need to fish sensibly and effectively. And so far, I think I'm doing okay. All the rods are wrapped up, ready to go. Next thing I'm going to show you is some rigs. And then we're going to get some rods out, get tidied up. We'll get the kettle on. And yeah, bring it on. Really looking forward to this one. I'm absolutely brimming full of confidence we're going to get something. So let's hope I'm right. It is definitely looking better and better out there every minute that goes past, you know. There's a couple of people I can think of that they must be kicking themselves because they're not here. And they'd want to be and they should be. And there's obviously a valid reason why they're not. But yeah, it's if it's going to happen for me, it's going to happen for me on this session. But in order to do that, we need to get some rods out. But I need to show you some rigs first. So let's get on with that so I can get cast in. So the rig itself, in principle, it's identical. All three are the same. The only difference is one has a tungsten sink on it, okay? That is purely to hold down the hook like that, because the washed out blue corn I'm using, it's buoyant corn, so it's going to sort of waft around. I'm going to put a little PVA bag of micro pellets on the hook and PVA tape it up so it can't tangle, and then it's going to melt, and that's just going to sort of do that, you know. So the rig, it's the length of the KORDA dark matter sinking braiding, £20, and it's down to the old Thinking Angler's size 5 wide gape curve point hook that I've used God knows how many, well, ever since I've come out basically. And that's tied with the shrink tube rig ring, the normal blowback rig that I've used on here a lot. The only difference is I'm fishing 3 different baits. Okay, this bait here is a new one out that I've made David from Pure Cut Baits roll me. I said, look, you've given me the nut paste, now I need a hard hooker to go with it. So when I met him at Cromwell a few days back, he actually turned up and said I've made it. So that is the Crazy Nut hard hooker. And on this one, I've also made him roll me a spicy sausage hard hooker to also go with the new paste that I've made him roll. So basically I've put a request in, given him his orders, and he's come up chumps, to be honest with you. I can't fault it. As hard hookers go, they're the hardest ones I've ever had, but I haven't actually used them yet, all right? They might be rock hard out here now, but within an hour in there, they could go to mush. I doubt it. What I'm going to do is I'm only going to do a 1 cast wonder on each rod. As long as they hit the clip and they fall right, I'm happy. They're not coming back in. They're not moving. If I can stay on tomorrow, they will not be getting wound in and refreshened up and put back out. There's no point. I don't see the point in that. Okay, I'm just going to leave them out for however long I'm here. So these hook baits could be out there for maybe, I don't know, 40 hours. That's a true test for a hard hooker. If you wind it in after a couple of days and a couple of nights fishing and it's still like hard, then that is a proper hard hooker. So I'm hoping that is the case. I'm trying to blag tomorrow off work, not tomorrow, sorry, Monday off work. If I can do so, I'm going to be staying because the conditions are going to be just the same tomorrow night. But for now, I am going to get the rods wrapped up. I should also mention the paste, okay? I mentioned the paste a minute ago. This is the spicy sausage paste. That's going to get wrapped around the lead on the rod that is having the spicy sausage hook bait on. And this one here is the Crazy Nut paste, and that's going to be getting wrapped around the lead that's got the Crazy Nut hook bait on. So the paste complements the hook bait. And also the PVA bags I'm going to tie up in the micro pellets. I do have both flavours. I have the Crazy Nut and I have the spicy sausage. So again, I'm going to complement those with each matching micro pellet in a bag. And then I'm going to PVA the hook baits around that so they can't tangle. And we're going to cast in. So enough waffling, because this is way into the video and we ain't even cast out yet. Let's get some bloody rods set up and let's watch them go out. Hey, we've actually got a rod ready. So that is the paste all wrapped around the lead. That's the spicy sausage hard hooker with a yellow tipper, little PVA bag of the micro spicy sausage pellets, and you'll see I've PVA'd the hair in position so it can't tangle. So let's get you on the bloody camera stand and let's get a rod out. Get that bloody bucket out of the way as well. Come on, let's get it together because we're really dragging our heels when those rods should be out there by now. Here we go then, let's get the left hand rod out first. just hit the clip nice. I don't think you'll see it, but the line, if I zoom in on it, I'm just letting it naturally sink. So somebody did ask me that before and said, mate, how do you sink your lines? That's just how I do it. I let the weight of the fluoro pull itself down. It finds its own sort of contour and level through the water where it should be sitting. When you sort of pull the line tight after you cast that and try to sink the tip, I don't know, I've never found your fluoro sinks as well that way. So this way I just leave it. That's why I say, oh, the rods have been set about 10 minutes. I'll put the bobbin on now because it's sinking. It's creeping back now, look, you can see it there. So I'll leave that to do that. It will end up being looking like it's coming fairly tight-ish off the tip, which it's not going to be. It's well sunk over that end where it needs to be. And you'll see now it's just, that's where it looked like it's sitting, and then it'll just sink. So for the person that asked, if you are watching this video, that's how I do it. And for you lot that already know, apologies. Right, I'll see you when the next rod's ready to go out. Time to get the middle rod out. That's going to have the 3 bits of blue washed out corn. You'll see I've got my little bag of micro pellets all PVA taped up nice and neat so hairs can't tangle, etc. The lead has been wrapped in the nut paste because why wouldn't you? And that's going to be the middle rod, so let's get that one out. Just before we do get the rod out, just look at the weather. Got blue skies. Just going to have a wander here. You'll see sun that's coming through. That is going to break through. The wind. It's pushing lovely onto this bank. This line is sinking very nice, so you'll still see no bobbin. Haven't put the bobbin on yet, but I am going to put you on the stand now and let's get this middle rod out there. Here we go then. Well, this is lovely, sitting here in the sun, just getting the 3rd rod ready, which is all set to go. Load of old nut paste around the lead, the nut hard hooker, bag of pellets, PVA'd up again. This has got the prawn tipper. It's going to be the right hand rod. Let's get it out there. Let's go. I've got to be honest, I'm pretty bloody confident. You know, the conditions, you couldn't ask for any better, and the fact that there's nobody else on it, I still can't believe it. I was dreading driving here this morning. I thought I've got to go because this is the only chance I'm going to get before my ticket runs out, and it's a weekend. I try and dodge weekends if I can because that's when more people can come. But this season it seems the weekends haven't really been very busy from what I've been told. So yeah, I can't work it out, but the fact the conditions, it's a weekend and I'm the only one on the lake, I can't believe it. So I don't know, it could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. I could have moved the fish into an area and they don't have to come back because there's no other angling pressure, but I think they're here. That's why I've held back on the bait. I think I'm in a very good spot. The right hand rod, any of you like people that fish here or regulars, you might think I've cast that a long way. I have. I'm out of this swims water. I'm actually fishing in swim over there, which is called logs in that water. I'm fishing this side of the bar. So where you normally fish that peg and fish down the back of the bar, I'm fishing it from here because I can just get that channel where the fish might move up and down. But other than that, I mean, that swim won't go. If somebody turns up now, I could predict where someone would go. It would be steps, swim called Big Girls, or swim called 36s. That would be the 3 pegs that would go next. Logs, I'd be very unlucky if someone turned up and jumped in there. But you never know. You never know. Everyone's got their own ideas when they come through the gate, haven't they? But for now, my idea is get tidied up, get the kettle on, get some food on, and just explain to you like why this is my last session and I'm not continuing my journey here. It's nothing bad, so don't get excited. But I'll see you shortly with a coffee and some food. I'm just going to go through a couple of things quickly. Firstly, that's as far as I've got on my burning, and my bloody gas has ran out. Fortunately, I have got a spare canister in my little cooking bucket, so I can just swap that over. But what I've also swapped over is the gauge to the correct bloody setting. What a dickhead. You know, I've never used one of these before. This is the first winter I've ever bothered to use one. And so far I've got myself in a right mess with it. Speaking to my mate Jim on the phone, I said, mate, it's reading 14 degrees. I said, it can't be. And he was like, I think you're reading the outside air temperature, Kev. Try pressing the in-out button and see what happens. And yeah, that's what's happened. Never mind. So the actual water temperature is 5.9, which it's not the best, but it's also not the worst, you know. And that's the reason I didn't put all that bait in. I knew there was a sort of reason I stopped when I did. I didn't know what it was up till now, but I now know that the water isn't as warm as I thought. So yeah, that's a blessing in disguise. That something in my head said stop spamming, put your bloody rod away and put that bait away. So yeah, I would have killed my spot if I'd have loaded it, I think. But for now, I'm going to get my old gas canister swapped over, get this food burnt properly, get that bloody kettle on. Just enjoy being here, because look at it. I can't believe the difference to what I set out in 3 days ago. I can't believe it. It's incredible. And you can see the sort of sun's penetrating through the water. It's lovely. It's lovely. Right, I'll see you shortly with some burnt food. And there we have it. Beautifully burnt mushrooms and sausage in a baguette. The baguettes took a bit of a kick in, to be fair, but that isn't going to matter. I'm going to smash that down my neck, get the kettle on, enjoy this sunshine, and I'll bring you back after I've finished, and we'll have a coffee and a little explanation of, oh wow, that's kingfisher. See him go past? Yeah, and a little explanation of why this actually is my last session, unfortunately, on the Syndicate. Cheers, oh, it isn't the first one of the session, it's actually the second. I had one while I was setting up, because it's gone midday now, and I got here, I don't know, around 8 o'clock this morning, so I've been here at least 4 hours. But as you've seen, the rods, they've gone out. All happy with those. Food, burnt some food, ate that, happy with that. Coffee, that's made, I'm happy with that. And I did mention to you lot that I'm going to explain why I'm not rejoining the Syndicate. And as I said, it's nothing bad. It is purely down to work commitments. Okay, I live about an hour and a half from this Syndicate. From where I live to get here is about an hour and a half. This season, I've been fortunate. I've done a lot of nights. We're now going into, this is the 61st video, or number 61, I'm sure it is, video I've made here this season, because I've been working this way. And it's been easier for me to do overnighters after work and go back to work than it is to travel all the way back home to travel back here. So it's benefited me. But whereas this year, my upcoming work that I've booked in, it's the opposite way to where I live. It's like 45 minutes the opposite way to where I live. So by the time I finish work, I'm looking at 2.5 hours to get here after work. So to get here and get back to work, I've got 5 hours driving, which after you've done a day's work, travel 2.5 hours, fish on the bank at night, drive 2.5 hours back and do another day's work, it really does knack you out. Overnighters knack you out regardless. You know, I've got a lot of respect for anglers that do it all the time. This year I've done a lot more than I ever have. And some weeks I've gone home absolutely shattered. Whether you see it on the videos or not, I don't know. But trust me, I've gone home on a Friday night and I'm bollocks. You know, because it does drain it out of you. But that's the only reason I'm not joining. I've gone back on the waiting list. I did say to Chris, the fishery man, just said, look, mate, can I go back on the waiting list? And his first response was, Kev, you do know you've got to go at the bottom. Just because you're an existing member, you can't jump to the top. You have to go at the bottom. It's a fair opportunity for everyone. And I said, mate, it is what it is. And he said, I will warn you now before you say you definitely don't want this ticket. There is a few on it. And I said, it is what it is. So whoever's on the top of the waiting list, you've probably got offered my ticket I didn't take. So make sure you bloody take it and enjoy it, you know. Don't waste it, because it's a mega venue. And if you have sort of like looked into joining here from watching my videos, honestly, seriously consider it before you decline a ticket. If you come for a walk around, have a look, and you're not sure, and you think, oh, no, maybe I won't, maybe. Seriously think about it. There isn't many waters like this around, especially in Norfolk. There isn't many waters like this at all with what swims in these lakes, you know. So that would be my advice. And also, while I think of it, if you're watching Chris or not, I don't know, you're probably not. Just a really big thank you from me for allowing me to make the videos here this season. As far as I'm aware, no one's ever done any video footage of this complex at all. If you look on YouTube, I think there's one other bloke who's done maybe an 8-minute video of following his mate through the gate and driving around to the Tench Lake, etc. But nobody's ever covered this. It's been in magazines because of obviously a fish called Babyface, which was the Norfolk record. It's been over every carp magazine ever made, I think. But as for like social media and YouTube content, anything like that, I think I'm the only person to do it. So that's quite an honour. So honestly, cheers, mate. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that, as I do the offer to rejoin. But like I say, that I'm not going to, and that's the reason why. So I just wanted to clear that up, because you know how it is with something like this. People say that they make their own answers up. Oh, why didn't he rejoin? Did he get offered a ticket? Yes, I got offered a ticket. Why didn't you rejoin? Is it the fishery? No, it's not the fishery, it's work commitments. That's as black as white as I can put it, you know. And I've put my name on a list because the following year I could have worked this way, or I could, who knows, could be YouTube star, but then I not have to bloody work at all. That would be good. So yeah, I've gone back on the list because I will be returning to this fishery. I'm not finished here yet. Like the Tench Lake, I'm definitely not finished on that. I'm not even bloody started really. So yeah, I just wanted to clear that up. And while I'm waffling away having my coffee in the sunshine, as always, I'll say to you lot, thank you for the support you give the channel in whatever way you are supporting me. It doesn't go unnoticed. It really is appreciated. All you subscribers, thank you very much. You're supporting me in the strongest way possible. If you haven't yet subscribed or you're new to the channel, please consider it. It doesn't cost you no money. There's no contract. Just press subscribe and that's it. You're done. Also, to you lot that just watch the videos, give them a thumbs up. Every now and then comment, share them. Again, thank you very much. You do support the channel by doing that. And as do the hypers. That's your new nickname. All you lot hyping the videos, you're really helping the channel as well. It's more people are discovering it, it's growing, subscribers are going up, and so are the views. So if you're hyping the videos, thank you very much. If you don't know how to do that, it's the top comment below the video. Just slide it to the left, there'll be an option to say hype this video. You press it, you're done. You get 3 a week, they don't cost you any money. My advice would be, if you watch other people, try give 3 people 1 hype a week instead of 1 person all 3. I'm going to try to keep that bit short because I know it pisses some people off and you're getting bored of it, but I do like to say it because I do mean it. And also, again, thanks Chris for allowing me to do my videos here, and also to you lot who have followed the journey, thank you for following it. This will be the last one, and if you are fishing here or you do turn up here and you want sort of any advice that I can help you with, Facebook Messenger, East Coast server, ping me a message. If you want to know a spot in a swim or a bit of advice on something, if I can help you, I will do. Even though I'm not fishing here, I will help you if I can, as a way of saying thanks for watching the videos. But for now, I'm going to bugger off because it's a really long clip. I do apologise, it's the last one. I'll see you when we caught our first fish. Fingers crossed, eh? Well, nothing has happened, which I'm not expecting it to. I think if we do get something, it'll be in the hours of darkness. But I've noticed, and I don't know if I can zoom in and show you through the trees, but out there, there he is. The feathery crew member with the bad wing, he's made it. I didn't expect that to make it through this cold snap and that not being able to fly. He's obviously been sort of landlocked on the lakes, sort of living on the island, not being able to get away and get any food from it. And he's, I don't know, he's defied the odds. He's here, he's doing it, he's happy. Don't think he's friends with him anymore. That black and white, are they Canadian geese, them ones, or Canada geese, whatever you call it? I haven't seen that one the last 2 times I've been here with him, so I don't think he's around anymore. But at least he still is, he's still going strong. Hopefully he finds a friend to spend his year with. Mind you, ducks landed near him, and I think he's just happy being around, you know. Speaking of being around, I can't believe nobody else is here. Seriously can't. I mean, we've still got about 4 hours before it's dark now, because it's getting dark 5:30, 5:45, isn't it? So 3.5 hours, let's say. There's every chance someone could turn up, but if they don't, I don't know. I think we're on. I do think we're on for a bite. And I'm hoping if we do get a bite, it's one of the good ones, because what a way to finish. But it is what it is. Anyway, I'm just going to enjoy the rest of my afternoon. I'll bring you back with an evening update, because there's nothing really to show you unless something happens. And yeah, that's it really. I'm just going to enjoy possibly my last afternoon here. Who knows? I could be staying tomorrow night yet. We'll see. Just sitting here going through the footage I've taken so far, and I've realised that the spomming out clip that I thought I'd filmed, I obviously haven't. So apologies to you spum lovers. You're not going to see any of that, because I'm not just going to get the rod back out and put the bait in for the sake of making a clip, because I've put as much bait in as I want to at the moment. So apologies on that. I thought I'd give you an early evening update. Food has been done and gone. I didn't bother filming it because you burn addicts, all I'd do is get a load of shit because it was porridge. So you know what I've had. You've not had to see it. Everyone should be happy. The wind, it's switched and is blowing right down into a swim called No Cut Corner, which means it's a proper southwesterly now, which is meant to be. So we're on the back of it now, which is great, because it has got a bite to it. Even though it's a southwesterly, it's still got a cold feel to it. So I'm quite happy where we are. I think we're in with a really, really good opportunity of a bite. I've also looked at my work calendar, and for all you like regular viewers that watch pretty much everything I put up, after this session the videos are going to slow right down. I'm going to be fortunate if I can get 1 day a week to get the local day ticket, and that's going to be pushing it, and it's going to be like that till the end of March. So apologies in advance. It's just how it is, but I am working on trying to stay here tomorrow night, and if I can, then I'll just put this as one long video. I won't do a secondary part. I'll just do it as one long one as a finale part, and that's it. Hence why the steak didn't get eaten for tea, because I might need it for tomorrow night's tea. So we shall see. But I'm just going to keep watching the lake, see if I see anything. To be honest with you, I think it's going to be in dark. I reckon, like I say, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, or maybe 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. That's when I'd expect a bite, if it's going to happen. And I'd like the middle rod to go. Catch on blue sweet corn here, first time using it. It would be, well, it would be cool to catch on anything I've got on there, to be fair. I haven't caught on any actual hook bait that's on those rods, other than the yellow corn tipper and a prawn tipper, but the actual hook bait itself, never used them. So I've got 2 hook baits I've never used, and 3 bits of blue corn that I've never used here either. Never mind, eh? You've got to be confident in what you're doing, and I've got confidence in every rod. So let's hope one bloody goes off. But anyway, that's your evening update. I'm going to settle down for the night now, or for the evening stroke night. If there's anything to update you with, obviously you'll know about it. And if there isn't, don't know, probably bring you back for a nighttime update before I go to bed or something. So yeah, see you in a bit. You'll see the light has disappeared, the wind has dropped, the rain has moved in. It's not very heavy. I don't think it's going to be much. I've not seen anything to go on at all since I've been here, but to be fair, winter time, fish normally show in the dark. I don't know if they're going to give themselves away, so I'm just going to lay on my bed, look out at the lake, listen out the best I can with the old pitter patter on the shelter, and see if anything gives themselves away. But don't really think I can do any more than what I have. I'm going into possibly my last night very confident. So let's hope I bring you back with some kind of update, and the next clip you see isn't me saying good morning. I thought I'd give you an early morning update. I'll just ping the old head torch on. The rain has sort of been stopping and starting and drizzling and that. It's 5 to 2 in the morning. I've been laid on my bed on top of my bag because it's too hot to get in it. Just sort of dozing and sleeping here and there and listening out for fish, and yeah, somehow it's 2 o'clock in the morning. So how that's happened, I don't know. The bite time of 8 o'clock in the evening, that period passed and went, so that prediction was wrong. I'm hoping that the 5, 6 o'clock in the morning one is right, because if I can't stay, I need to be off here by 10 o'clock in the morning, and I shall know by 8 AM at the latest whether I can or can't stay. So could have a maximum of 8 hours left to catch one. So yeah, it needs to happen if it's going to happen. But I'm going to bugger off again, lay on my bed. I'm not going to get in the bag, like I say, it's too hot, and see if I can get a bit more of a lengthy kip this time, because yeah, so far it's just been little power naps, and they're no good really, are they? So I'll see you shortly with your next update. Good morning. You'll hear the rain pitter pattering away. It's been raining ever since the last clip. The wind's picked up as well, which it's meant to. The rain should stop about 7 o'clock. Nothing to report whatsoever. So I'm going to continue just laying here looking out at the lake, and I'll see you when it's light, unless one of those rods goes off. I thought I'd best give you a light update now, because it's got fully light. It's just gone 8 o'clock. I've just had it confirmed I am working tomorrow. So yeah, I've not got long left. In actual fact, I've got literally no time left. And you'll see, shelter's empty. I was trying to get dried out a little bit. I've made a coffee, and we're actually going to pull those rods in, because John, who's on the long lakes, just had one of the big mirrors, and he's come around and he said, mate, would you mind coming and doing a photo? So I'm going to wind my rods in. I'm not going to put them back out. There's no point, you know. I'm going to wind them in. We'll see what the hook baits look like. If they're still hard, I'll lean them up against the shelter and we'll go round. I'll do some photos for him, and he's kindly sort of said, I said to him, mate, would you mind me just like showing the viewers it on the mat, not reviewing it? And he's quite happy with that. So I'm going to get these rods wound in now. We'll have a look how these hard hookers are done, and then we'll walk round and you'll actually see a fish, but not one I've caught, but it's a fish, so we're going to have to take it. So all 3 rods are in. None come back in with any paste on, but I think I pulled out of it when I sort of like lifted up and wound in. I think I felt it sort of unplug, so I think it still was present. But let's have a look at the hook bait. So This is the Crazy Nut hard hooker. So it's been out there. Jesus, yeah, there's a woodpecker in the background. Can you hear that? Right, so I can just about bust it, but that's been out there good 16 hours. That was never coming off. Spicy sausage again. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it does just break, but yeah, they're definitely good. 100% you get 24 out of them. Absolute 100%. I can hear a woodpecker pecking away, but I'm just gonna sort of leave those there, I think, and go around, see John, get this fish sorted and get it back. I'll take my net and sling back, come back and I'll pack everything up and do an outro. So I'll see you around on the long lake. Just having a walk up to John's swim. You'll see there's certainly been some rainfall last night. I noticed running down the track. Let's have a little zoom in. I see him run down the track and drop in. That's the last little look of him I'm going to get. Right, I'm going to go around to John's swim. So this here is the big mirror from the long lake. The one I thought I had that wasn't. This is it. 30, what was it, John?
3612.
3612. Look at that. An absolute unit. Right, let's let him get him back. Here goes the big one back in the long lake. Go in. It's ready. What an absolute whacker. Well done, John, mate. Awesome start. Well, that's a really nice start to John's year, catching the big mirror from the long lake. I thought the one I had was the big mirror, but it's not. That is actually the big mirror. So yeah, awesome fish. Proper frame on that, as you see. And it's down in weight, I think, 3612. That normally comes out around 38. So yeah, it's got a little bit of weight to put back on, but awesome result. First fish of the year for him. Well done, mate. Congratulations. As for me, you'll see there's no rods out. That's it. Everything's packed away apart from the shelter. That's just drying behind me. I'm going to have a little wander around the lakes just before I go, hand my key back in, and that's going to be the end of the old Charity Lakes 2025 Syndicate Series. So from me, thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you are on here or you're coming on here, like I say, if I can help you in any way, I will do. I'm quite happy to do that. And I'm actually going to send the fishery manager an email seeing if there's any availability for a long lake ticket. Because after seeing that fish, I thought, do you know what? I want it now. So who knows? I might be back this upcoming year. I might not. It all depends if there's a space on there or not. But from me again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget the old thumbs up, subscribe, hyping all that business. And if you're out and about on the bank, I hope you've been a little bit more lucky than I have been of late. And I'll see you on the next one. But until then, take it easy.